Hello, guys. I promise you I won't be before you long. But I wanted to come on and talk to you about something that was very interesting to me and that stood out to me earlier ago today. Um, there is a scripture in First Corinthians. I'm going to read it, but many of us that in my generation we have lost sight of the meaning of what we call love. Now, anybody that's in between the ages of 18 to 25 must understand the context or the general setting of the word called love. I'm going to read the scripture. I'm going to break it down. First Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4. It says, "Love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. Love never ends." Some of you may ask the question, how come if love never ends, why did it have to hurt so bad? When you used to say, why does it hurt so bad? Why do I feel so sad? Um, in order for love to be patient, you have to be patient with one another. In order for love to be kind, you have to be kind to one another. My biggest setback of being a young man is I understand the context of love or the identity of love or the meaning of love. And the context was I did not understand the context or the generality or the phrase called love. Now, in a sense, give me 1 second. In a sense, let's look up the word love according to Merriam-Webster. I'm going to look up the biblical definition. According to Merriam-Webster, love is a strong affection for another arising of kinship or personal ties. Let me repeat that one more time. Love is a strong affection for another arising out of kinship or personal ties, or attraction based on sexual desire, affection, or tenderness felt by lovers. Or I could say the assurance of affection. What people or what my generation has failed to not understand was if the love isn't healthy, there is no affection. There is no compromise. Because if the love is not affectionate, or if the love is not passionate, or if the love is not tender, then it wasn't love to begin with. The reality is this generation has forgotten the meaning when Jesus got on the cross. That was an example of love, but he showed that by showing his affection and his tender mercies for the world or for mankind in general. The reason why we see more divorces, separations, or breakups is because love according to the scriptures is not being painted. Now, there's a difference between lust and love. You can lust, but have not loved. If all they're giving you is sexual desires and sex, then there was no love in between it. Now, sex is great. Sex can be real good. But if you're not showing me affection, if you're not showing me tenderness, or if there's no compromise, if there's no patience, if we're always fighting all the time, or if we're always abusive, or we always violent, that's an issue. The point of the matter is, for love to be affectionate, it has to be passionate. It has to. Because Paul said in the scriptures, love cannot be irritable or resentful. Irritable, easily irritated, resentful, resenting, resentment. If all you guys can do is be resentful, then it was never love to begin with. My biggest challenge, I was talking to an individual. At the time, I wanted to love her. I wanted to show her different from what she experienced. But I could not because we were not compatible. All we did was fight. We hated each other. Well, personally, I did it, but she hated me. But the reality was, I wasn't good enough or strong enough to give her what she wanted because it was never my character. The point is, you have to understand that the reality or the sense of knowing that love it cannot be resentful. It cannot be easily misunderstood because people can have sex and still not feel love. The sex could be totally great, but where is the love? Why is it not there? Why is it not pushing? Nothing can change the reality or the sense that if the love is not there, if the patience is not there, if there's resentment or irritability, it is not there. The example of love begins with Jesus. What do you mean, preacher? It began because when Jesus got on the cross, he forgave his enemy, which was Judas. He still loved him. He even loved Peter when he knew that Peter was going to deny him 3 times when the rooster crowed. Love is when you allow. And let me break this out. Love isn't healthy when it's toxic. Love isn't healthy when it's abusive. Love isn't healthy when it's disrespect. Love isn't healthy when there's nothing there. But love is when it's mature, when it's healthy, when it's God given, when it's God ordained, when it's passionate, affectionate, tender. But love is real when you guys can compromise. Love is real when you sit down and have a mature conversation. And what my generation has forgotten, I'm going to say mine because I'm in this generation. What we forgot is the word maturity. No wonder why you don't have nobody. No wonder why you're single, because you cannot mature. If all you can do is victimize the situation, then it was never love. One of my biggest regrets, and this is the biggest setback for me, is that I was trying to force myself to be in love for a particular individual that wasn't ready for it. But the reality was, the point was, that you can only do so much to please the individual.